All right. Ugh. Now, speaking of another movie star, it's like, come on, man. Come on! All right. So, yesterday, I did my box office video talking about the box office for DC League of Super Pets, which you could have just, you didn't need to have League in there. You could have just had DC Super Pets. It's a little lengthy, because you have League of Super Pets. It's like, you could have just did DC Super Pets. Should have just been maybe even just called Crypto the Super Pet or Super Dog. I don't know. But obviously it underperformed. $23 million domestically and international didn't really do well. I don't know if maybe it's not in all the markets or whatever the fuck. But one of the things that just chapped my ass when it came to all this and talking to my buddy who works in the business is the fact that, there was an $89 million budget, public budget. See, we have to realize, guys, that when they go like, hey, this was the budget of this movie, when they release the public number of that budget, they flub it a little bit. This happens with all studios. They're gonna round down. They're not gonna round up. They're gonna round down. That's why I kept seeing 90 million, but then the actual number was 89 million because 89 sounds better than 90. Right? Because that whole fucking stupid thing where you see the restaurants like $4.99, it's $5, you dick. And then with taxes, why are you still, yeah. Can we just be real? We're not stupid. But then again, maybe most of us are. Anyways, so when it came to that, it was like 89 million. But it's like, okay, I think that, to be honest, when talking to this, the people in the biz, it probably exceeded 100 million. When it came to all this. And most of that, what's sad, what I hate about what's happening with modern day animation is the fact that they're always trying to bank on the names. They're always trying to bank on the names, the actors of the names, where there's so much voice talent out there. And that was always the thing. When it came to animation with the early Disney movies, any other animation, it was just get voice talent that can voice these characters, and that's it. And then when it came to Aladdin and Robin Williams, that was like really the first time that you had a big known name voicing a character in a Disney movie. You didn't know anybody else's name, but you knew Robin Williams. Robin Williams, this is how great of a man that he was. He didn't want, do not put my name on the poster or anything like that. Do not make it see, I don't want to overshadow any of the other characters. Apparently, that's what happened. Like, Robin Williams was like, please do not put my name on the marquee or put my name as like a star or something like that. Please don't do that. Yes, I'll voice because, Robin Williams, he does voices, but he didn't want to have that on Aladdin, so then it took away from the actual movie. Like, oh my God, Robin Williams, whatever the fuck. That's how great he was, and may he rest in peace. Man was just he was a saint, he was a talent, my God. But nowadays, it's like you have to have these movies and you have to have these names attached to them. There was controversy when it came to Chris Evans doing Lightyear. It's like, why didn't you bring back Tim Allen? But even that, when you think about Toy Story, you had Tim Allen, you had Tom Hanks, two big voices. Yes, we associate their voices to those characters 100%, but it just kind of sucks when a lot of the budget, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made $22 million. He was paid $22 million, apparently, according to, I think it was Variety that was talking about some of the paychecks of some of these actors. $22 million to do voice acting? My God. And then, of course, you have his $7 production company that takes even more. There's like almost more than half the budget probably went to him and went to Kevin Hart. Then you have Keanu Reeves, you have John Krasinski, and it's like, how much money went to them? And there's just so much money that goes to the talent. And it's like, wait, why can't they just get somebody else to do this? Because kids aren't going to care. Parents want to take their kids to this, and it's Crypto the Super Dog. Hey, there's like, why? I just stop. Stop with this. Because you look at this box office right here, guess what? Dwayne Johnson didn't pull the people in. Because, secret's out, Dwayne Johnson, yes, as much as he's like a name and he's like the ultimate like action star and he's out there and everything like that, ultimate hype man, guess what? He doesn't exactly pull people in. He doesn't exactly do that. You see his name on there, it's like, and what was my biggest gripe about DC Super Pets, guys, when you saw my first reaction, was the fact that I didn't like that Dwayne Johnson was voicing Crypto. If they got somebody else, it would have been better. in my opinion. Kevin Hart was fine because he just has that voice because he's a comedian. It worked, but at the same time, he didn't need him because they probably gave a shitload of money to him, like I said. And that's the thing. It's like they could have probably made more bang for their buck by just having like, hey, can we just have a movie with these characters? Do we have to associate, like, have this, this list of all these stars that we know? I mean, that's the thing. It's just like, that's what frustrated me about this. And, and it just didn't have a draw. I mean, I hope that Warner Brothers could realize, like, hey, if we're going to have any more animation stuff, having names associated with these characters is not going to really pull it in. When we had Dwayne Johnson, and guess what happened? I mean, that's what's so interesting. I mean, Black Adam, oh man, they're probably going, oh shit. During the summer, Dwayne Johnson's name couldn't pull people in for that? Is Dwayne Johnson going to be able to pull people in for Black Adam? That's one of the things that you kind of worry about, so, man. I mean, nothing against Dwayne Johnson. I like him. He's a good hype man, but his biggest movies were already existing franchises. If you think about it, Jumanji, the Fast and Furious franchise, they're already existing. You see his like solo stuff, and I enjoy his solo original stuff, but man, that stuff didn't really. I mean, that one where he was like, what was it, Skyscraper? That didn't really do business. I mean, let's face it, just a little bit, I don't know. I think it's a little bit overrated, I mean, he's a good businessman, and I know people were giving, like I made the joke about during the kids screening of Super Pets, and he had like a standee for, his tequila, and people were like, oh my God, he's trying to sell tequila at a kids screening. It's like, relax, there's adults there. But I mean, yeah, but then again, it was like, why is nobody talking about his energy drink? That shit will kill you more quicker than the fucking tequila. If you think about it, I'm like, I don't know what's in that shit. I mean, this is just straight up tequila right here. We already know what's in that. And it's like, yeah, that could cut, it's alcohol, sure, but it's like nobody's pounding that shit like they're pounding tall cans of Zoa. That shit has, if you look at the ingredients, you're like, Jesus Christ, I can't even read most of these words right here. For some reason, but I'm going to drink it anyways. I feel like The Rock. It's like, no, that's probably worse than than the tequila. I'm just saying. Anyways, I don't know. People, get your fucking, realize what is worse for you out there.